in there, so you're hearing the banging and you're literally laying on the bed and you're just covering your head and you're just begging God that you don't lose your mind. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance on hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, my friends. I am back at it again with another storytime video for y'all. Now, I just want to thank y'all, first of all, for being so supportive and especially being patient with me when it comes to my story times. A lot of the times when I'm telling y'all these stories, it really puts me back into that place. So I am not able to constantly pump out story times about these experiences, one right after another, because it just, first I have to think about it, then I have to film it, then I have to sit in front of a computer for 8 hours and edit it and listen to myself talk about it and relive it over and over and over again. And sometimes it can really be a lot. A lot of these memories I've tried to block out, but for the sake of educational purposes for y'all and just giving y'all other little pieces of my life, I do it for y'all, and I love y'all, and I'm glad that y'all enjoy them. So today we're going to talk about some more experiences of me being in the hole, in confinement, solitary confinement in prison. Now, I was also in solitary confinement in the county jail, which I will be doing a story time eventually on that for y'all too. I did 30 days in the hole there, which was not fun. That was also the first time that I had ever seen a transgender woman in jail, because she was in the hole too. They had her in isolation, and I got some stories about that too that are just gut-wrenching if you want to ask me. But we know prison is not a pretty place and there's nothing fun about it. So if you haven't watched my part 1 for solitary confinement video, I'm going to leave it in the description box below. Y'all go ahead and watch that first. That way this story will make sense. So when they come to move me rooms, to put me in another room after that lady smeared her poo all over the walls and stuff, they come and they take me out and then they put me into this other room. Now, the thing about the solitary confinement rooms is it's a long hallway with rooms on every side. The rooms, they're closed off. It's not like you see like bars and all that. They're closed off rooms with doors. But the rooms are staggered like this, okay? So if I'm standing at my room door looking out, I cannot see into another person's room and they can't see into your room. They have it done like that on purpose. You can't see anybody to talk to anybody, okay? So they put me in a room, and I'll never forget, my hands are cuffed behind my back just so they can walk me 10 feet across the hall. And when I'm walking to the room, I'm trying to look in the other rooms to see if I can see anybody, and I can't see anybody. All I can hear is the echoing of the banging and the screaming of other people. People literally banging their heads against the wall, people literally punching the wall. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people come out of solitary confinement and their hands be completely swollen and black and blue because they're losing their minds in there. And that's what I mean by when I tell y'all that even if you are a very mentally strong, sane person, being in solitary confinement will push you over the edge. It is mental torture. Okay, so they take me, they open up the other room, click, buzz, door opens, tell me to get there. So I get in front of the door, they shut the door behind me, and then there's a little flap that opens. It looks like a little mailbox flap. Put my hands there, they take the cuffs off, and they pull the cuffs out. And now I'm in a room by myself. And when the flap door shuts, bam, they walk away. They don't say anything to you. There's no, can I get you a hot cup of tea? Would you like a nice soft pillow? Nothing like that. All there is in this room now is 2 metal bunk slabs that come out from the wall, a toilet, a tiny, tiny bit of toilet paper that's, how the toilet paper rolls sometimes in the public restrooms are all like bent up, crumbled up. The toilet paper looks like it may have already been used and it's been wrapped back around. that type of thing, okay? And in my mind, I'm looking at it thinking of all the germs that's probably on that toilet paper roll and probably inside the toilet paper roll, because you have to pick it up in order to get the toilet paper off. So when people are using the bathroom, you get what I'm saying? So I see the bunk beds, and on top of each bunk slab is a rolled up mat. The mats are just rolled up, no sheets or nothing yet. So I'm standing there looking. And at this time, I still don't even know why I'm in here. I just feel so helpless. I don't get it. All I can do is hear the echoes of the screaming, the cold air of this room, and I can still smell that smell of poo. I feel like it's on my body or in my hair. So I get into the room and I walk over to the bottom bunk and I unroll the mat and I lay down. And I lay down and I just start thinking, like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what am I doing in here? And that's what really starts to get you in confinement, because all you have is your thoughts and the sounds, okay? And there's just something about that cold feeling in there that just amplifies everything, okay? The thing about being in solitary confinement is there's no clocks. There's no way to tell time. There's no way to tell if it's light or dark outside. There's no windows. All it is the room. And they keep the lights on almost all day long. Sometimes guards will come in at nighttime and turn the lights off, but it's still, when the lights are off at nighttime, like at the 11 o'clock shift, it's only like a really dim, like, turning off. It's never pitch black in there. And I actually have a problem sleeping. I need it completely pitch black for me to sleep. So you end up eventually like taking your shirt and wrapping it around your face and all that. Now, mind you, I'm still in my uniform that I was in 2 days ago. Okay. I'm in full blues and a top. They did take my belt from me, my shoes and all that, but I'm just laying in there in my blues. Like I'm uncomfortable. Nothing is comfortable on my body. I can't even hardly relax. And it's very bright in there. It's like a hospital vibe. You know how the lights are all bright and it's like the bzzz, buzzing from the lights? That's what it feels like in there. Very cold and icy feeling. So I'm sitting there and I don't know how much time I have. Do I have a week in here? Do I have 15 days in here? Do I have 60 days? I mean, I had heard stories of people spending 60 or 90 days in the hole. I mean, I don't know what I'm in here for. Like, I don't know. And in there, you don't get any pen or paper. The only time that you can get a pencil and paper is if you need to write your lawyer. You don't get any books. There's nothing in there, okay? And then every few hours, the guards will walk around to do their rounds and they'll look in the room. And the crazy thing about it is if you need something, like say you're sick or you need some medication or anything like that, you can be standing at the door waiting for them to come by and they will look dead at you and keep walking. And you're like, hey, you know, officer, I need this. And they'll just keep walking. They don't even acknowledge you. They don't say anything to you. They're really just making sure you're still alive. That's the whole premises of them walking around. That's it, or making sure you're still in the room. They're not checking on you. Now, in confinement, you do get 3 meals a day. They bring you 3 trays, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that's basically how you tell what time of day it is or what, you know, when the day is going to end. You always count your meals in there. That's all you can do is count your meals and go, okay, it's breakfast. I'm waiting till lunch. I'm waiting till lunch. I'm waiting till lunch. I'm waiting till lunch. Hours. Imagine how you feel when you're at work and it's slow and you're ready to go and you keep looking at the time and it's like, golly, only 15 minutes later, or man, I got 3 hours left. It's like that in there times 1,000 because you have no way to tell time and you have nothing to distract you but your own mind, your own regrets, your own thoughts over and over and over again. Tick tock, 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 tick tock for 24 hours a day. Over and over and over and over. What is my grandma doing? Is my grandma okay? Is she going to be worried about me? I wish she knew why I was in here. I wish I knew why I was in here. What is my ex-boyfriend doing? Is he falling in love with somebody else? What are my friends thinking? What's going on in the compound? Am I losing my game time? Am I still going to get out on time? Am I catching a new charge? Is they going to put somebody else in this room with me? I'm dying of thirst. I'm hungry. My breath, I can smell my own breath. I'm dirty all day long. Tick, 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 tick. Y'all see how boring that is? All day long. Tick, tick, tick. That's it. At this point, I've been in there 2 days. I still don't even have a toothbrush. Nothing. The thing that you look forward to is dinner. Because when you get dinner, you know it's time to go to bed. Okay? Then you go to bed, then you get to wake up to breakfast. And then, okay, it's a new day. Another day down. I literally took my fingernail and scratched into a part of the white paint into the wall 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. And then that's how I knew, okay, I've been here 5 days. That's what it's like in there. Okay? Now, if any of y'all have ever had problems going to the bathroom, now, okay, eventually I did get some toilet paper. I did have somebody nice come in and give me some toilet paper, which was a blessing, but it wasn't that same day, okay? Eventually I got toilet paper. Now, if any of y'all have had problems going to the bathroom, you know that you need to drink water in order to go to the bathroom, okay? They're feeding you 3 meals a day in there, and you're gonna eat because that's all you have to do. That's the only thing you have to do is eat your meals in there and circle around in the room. And every now and then you'll do some crunches or some push-ups, but you know, it's still like, you imagine what it's like at the gym trying to do 50 crunches, right? It's burning and you really don't want to get through it. Imagine being in a room and all you can do is hear screaming and banging of other people, or hear the handcuffs clanking on a CO's side when they walk by. That's the only things you have. So I'm eating 3 meals a day, heavy breaded meals, because that's what they feed you in there. It's just a bunch of bread, toast for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch, and you know, dinner. And the thing in there is, for lunch you don't get hot lunches. You get 2 sandwiches. That's it. And every time they bring on a tray, and every time they bring you your food, they bring you a little paper cup of water that's about this big. That's it. 3 times a day, a little paper cup of lukewarm water, and that's all you've got other than the water that's in the sink that runs through the toilet, okay? And that water stinks really, really, really bad. Now, I was in there 28 days and did not go number 2. I was so dehydrated because they wouldn't give me any water or anything to drink with or anything like that. They tell you to get it out of the sink, and my stomach could not handle the smell of that water in that toilet, much less to be able to drink it. It smelled funny. It tasted funny. It was disgusting, okay? And even if I did want to go over there, to be able to stick my finger in there and the water come out and to drink enough water to stay hydrated is dang near impossible, okay? So I've been in there 28 days, and I want to say by the 10th day that I was in there, I started putting in sick calls anytime I could get an officer to come around and say, listen, please, my stomach is hurting. Now imagine eating 3 meals a day, okay? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Heavy food, heavy bread meals, and not going to the bathroom at all. My stomach hurt so bad. I was in so much pain in there. I could not, I literally was on the floor at some points, balled up, because I could not go to the bathroom. And now I know it's because I was dehydrated. I wasn't drinking any water in there. So I finally get sick calls in. I think I must have put in 8 sick calls before the nurse finally came around. They don't care about you whenever you're in solitary confinement. They forget about you. You are nobody in there. You are nothing. And finally, when the nurse come around, she gives me a little cup, the same exact paper cup of milk of magnesia, that white, nasty, thick stuff, and then a cup of water. And I begged her at that door. She gave it to me through the flap. Can I please keep this cup? I need to drink more water. Because anybody knows that if you drink a laxative and you don't drink water with it, it's not going to do anything to you. She would not give me anything else. So I took the milk of magnesia and I never went to the bathroom. I was in there 28 days before I actually went to the bathroom, and I was in so much pain. Physical torture, mental torture, you know, audible torture, if you will, by hearing all the stuff that's going on in there and the people going crazy and hearing people getting sprayed and gassed, and you're hearing all these noises. You're hearing the guards wrestling inmates down to the grounds at some point because they're not complying with whatever they say. I remember a time that I heard a lady, she took her tray and she was throwing it against the walls in there. So you're hearing the banging and you're literally laying on the bed and you're just covering your head and you're just begging God that you don't lose your mind. Because even if you want to do something to yourself, what are you going to do? You know, you can't end it all in there. How are you going to do that? Right? I was in there probably about 26 or 27 days before they let me take a shower. Now imagine all day long. Now, maybe not everybody, I take 2 to 3 showers a day. And I know that that may be extreme for some people, but the first thing I do in the morning when I get up is I lay in the hot bath and I soak my back because I have back issues or whatever. So I soak my back and then I take a shower and then I take one every single night the same exact way. I soak in the bath at nighttime. It's how I relax. It makes me feel good. It makes my back feel good. And then I take a shower right afterwards. And then sometimes, depending on what's going on, depending on how sweaty I was at the gym, or depends on what I was doing that day, I might take one in the middle of the day. And that's just me. I really like to feel like fresh and clean all the time. And so when you're laying in there on a dirty mat in this dirt, and that's just the thing about the confinement rooms, is no matter if they don't have stuff on the floor, it's dirty in there. Your feet are black from walking in there. I'm talking about black, like you're walking around on Bourbon Street barefooted. It is so disgusting in there. And so I'm in there and they won't give me a shower. And the feeling of not having a shower is not just feeling dirty. Like you start to get rashes, man. Like under your arm starts rubbing raw because you have that shirt on and you can't take your clothes off. If you take your clothes off in there, they will come in, wrestle you to the ground, and put you in a restraint chair and throw something over your head. Like you have to keep your clothes on. So your clothes that you've had on for weeks is rubbing against you down here, giving you a rash. Your neck itches, your head itches, your breath stinks because you don't have anything to clean yourself with. Like I said, finally they took me to give me a shower at one point, and that was literally the highlight of being in there. As disgusting and sad as that sounds, being able to take that one shower was like having a little vacation from my brains and my thoughts. But this is what they do to you, okay? They put the handcuffs on you in the front, such a treat, right? They bring you out of the room and they put you into this little tiny shower room that's almost dark. It's almost pitch black dark. There's a little tiny yellow light that shines up from the top, and the ceiling goes up really, really high. And then it's a cage, and it's about 2 foot by 2 foot square. Maybe it's a 3 foot by 3 foot square, but you're literally in there like this. And shower with the handcuffs on. And then in there is these little, looks like hotel things that are attached to the wall that you press the button and you get the shampoo and the body wash out of. What really doesn't even lather up. It feels like antibacterial gel. It doesn't even lather. It's nothing. And you know, really it's just the water that makes you feel good, and the water's cold. Oh my gosh. This is what I'm saying, like everything about that is torture. And even more so knowing that I'm in there because of something that I didn't do for 30 days. I've seen some of y'all's comments down below saying things like, what if even if you were kissing another girl? That's what I'm saying. Like, even if I was, which I wasn't, I honestly wasn't, but even if I was, did I really deserve all of that? Did I really deserve to be put through this? To not have a bath, to not be able to go to the bathroom, to not have water, to be dehydrated, to be put in a room with somebody who's mentally ill and does not even need to be in prison anyways, needs to be in somewhere where she can get treatment. You know what I mean? Like, it was just awful. And when you think about like how slow time goes in there, it's torture. And then when they do let you out, I'll never forget when they came and told me that it was time for me to go, and I jumped up and I was just so excited. When they let you out of there, the sun, it's like you're a vampire. The sun burns your eyes. You can barely even keep your eyes open to walk because your eyes are on fire so bad. And I remember when they took me into the little hearing, is what they call it, to tell me, give me my paperwork and give me my 30-day sentence and tell me what I did. And what they do is they make you come and stand at the door, and 2 officers come and stand there too, and they read to you what you've done. And you're behind the door, so there's nothing you can do. You can't run, you can scream, but it ain't gonna help. And then they read to me that officer said that she walked by the windows doing her rounds and saw me and another girl kissing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Like, she's lying. And they're like, right. They're looking at me like I'm lying. Or maybe they did know that she was lying and they just didn't care. And then they sentenced me to 30 days. And then I'm sitting in there for 30 days with my own mind torturing me, knowing that I'm losing game time, because whenever you're in solitary confinement, you don't earn game time. So you're getting actually put back. So I'm losing game time. I've lost my job that I had earned on the campus. I lost my bed that I had there. I've lost all of my stuff. I don't know if people, because a lot of the times when people get sent to solitary confinement, the people that steal start taking all their stuff because there's nothing you can do about it, right? I mean, you can't get out and go get your stuff back. You don't know who took it. And then when you get out, you don't know what dorm they're going to put you in. They may put you in a different dorm. They may put you in somewhere with people that don't like you. Like, the whole entire part, everything to do with solitary confinement is complete torture. It's awful. Stresses me out even thinking about it. So yeah, that's what it was like for me in there. I did spend time alone. I did spend the majority of my time alone when I was in solitary confinement in the county jail as well. And that was really bad. The guards came in there, and male guards came into my room and did a bunch of inappropriate stuff in there. I will tell y'all that story too. And I do want to reiterate to y'all that not all guards are bad, okay? Not all of them are. If you're married to one, if your dad is one, if you're, whatever, not all cops are bad. They're just not all bad, okay? I have come across 2 that I can think of that did something a little nice for me, and that was nice to me when they didn't have to. And I will tell you those in story times too. If y'all want to see those story times or whatever, let me know in the comment section down below. Oh, I'm so stressed. Like, I'm telling y'all, I get so high stressed every time I talk about this, because I can't believe all that happened. I can't believe they get away with doing that stuff to people. I can't believe they want to do that kind of stuff to people. Like, why? What is the point? Does that make you feel good when you go home to your family? When you walk in the door and you kiss your wife and you kiss your kids, do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel like you had a good, successful day at work? Like, really, what did I do? I mean, like I said, I was scheming and scamming and doing little things and having contraband and, trying to get away with little things. But there's people in there that are trying to get away with plotting with killing people or hurting people. And, like, why? Why? So yeah, that's the other part of my confinement story. I hope that y'all liked it. Please give this video a like. It's a free way that you can help your girl out. Let me know what you want to see next for me in the comment section down below. And until next time, I love you guys so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.